These are the longest Minecraft hardcore worlds that are still alive today. We're gonna look at their most amazing builds, near-death experiences, and future plans. And we're starting with a 5,000 day hardcore world by TheNotable. This is nowhere near the longest on this list, but it is one of the most popular. There's a few things that make this one really unique, like this massive emerald tower, and pretty much everything in this world is inside this one little compound.
It is truly massive. It truly is.
He started this massive excavation dig, using TNT to blow this whole thing up.
I have fallen deeply in love with the hole. I've given it a name. The Notable Canyon.
And of course, this was also in his compound amongst a bunch of other things. This next hardcore world is nearly doubled at 9,000 days by the YouTuber Farzy. He built a massive Enderman base, a massive iceberg with multiple secret bases inside, a giant Ender Dragon statue, a giant rainbow sheep statue with a redstone power factory inside, and this guy has like an obsession with making a bunch of big foods.
I think we'll make the perfect sprinkle block. And that looks pretty good.
We got this ice cream sundae. There's a lot of food on here. And coincidentally, our next hardcore world is by aCookieGod, also at 9,000 days. And this is one of the most popular hardcore worlds in all of Minecraft. And he built this giant living statue, and the eyes light up at night. It even emits smoke from the ground. He also built a 69 rocket ship, which thankfully this wasn't built any later, or it would have been the 6-7 rocket ship. And interestingly, it has a chicken farm in the boosters. He also has beautiful pixel art builds like this huge cookie, this photo of him with bedrock, and he has a floating island where he was able to rescue a bunch of happy ghasts.
So we did it. We have saved the happy ghast. Me fly up to my floating island. This is so cool. Honestly, I'm surprised we're even floating with my big back ass.
But our next world is over 10,000 days, and surprisingly, the creator Cincity only has 430 subs on YouTube. This world is criminally underrated with a massive castle as the centerpiece and a huge throne room when you walk inside, with the entire mountain around it being completely terraformed.
On the castle grounds, I've created a pond with a walkway and bridge over it. Not far away from this neighborhood, we have the art museum. Viewers redeem a pod, one of the colored cubes, to create an exhibit inside.
She also built a massive trading mall with over 70 villagers. The interior looks absolutely amazing, and this centerpiece aquarium, perfection. You should go show some love for Cincity because this deserves more of it. Also, be sure to drop a like and subscribe while you're at it. But now this next hardcore world is definitely not underrated, and in fact is one of the most iconic and memorable hardcore worlds of all time, because something very insane happened with this map. And this map was no joke. I covered it in a previous video. He had so many huge builds. He built every mob in a gigantic size, transformed the ocean and the end, and he made it look like he was ending his 10,000 day hardcore world.
It's been an amazing journey. I hope you've had a blast. I know I have, because that was 10,000 days in hardcore Minecraft.
But he ended up tricking the entire Minecraft community with this. He didn't actually end his world, pulling off a miraculous save at the very last second.
I recorded a replay of the whole thing. I walked forwards, and as I walked past the skulk sensor, which was calibrated to only activate if I walked past a certain position, but yeah, as it detected me, a load of redstone repeaters delayed the signal, and slowly but surely, it ticked along, and the moment my player hit half a heart, an ender pearl stasis chamber was activated, teleporting me back, and I would have died if I wasn't wearing armor, which is why the Feather Falling 4 saved my life. And I was alive and well. From my POV, this is exactly how it looked.
Now this next hardcore world I also somewhat mentioned in my other video, because this world is by Fwhip, who tragically lost his other hardcore world.
They have creepers, obviously, that can sneak up on you, explode you. But like there's
And yeah, he's back at it, and he has made an absolutely beautiful world. I must say, this guy has a very unique style. Like, this huge city and village almost looks like it's a part of the actual Minecraft map. Like, it completely blends in a very interesting way. But his style in the Nether is completely different.
This is the central of my Nether hub for now, as we have this really cool ring around here. I was trying to go almost like a futuristic Roman society, almost Roman meets cyberpunk. And down here you can see the Nether tree. We have a tree in every single dimension. It is gorgeous. I love this thing, and don't you dare hurt my tree. This is my end tree, and here's all the glass that we bought from the librarian villagers. And oh, end flash, I've never seen that before. About 30,000 end rods in for the canopy and the leaves and everything like that. It's floating in the void. We removed the entire island. We tore down all the obsidian pillars, and I even got rid of the bedrock at the top of all of them. We killed the dragon all 20 times to be able to spawn in all of the gateways. Fancy schmancy, blah, 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 blah.
But our next hardcore world is over 17,000 days. And the most ridiculous thing is, the stream showcasing this world has only 53 views. This might just be the most underrated hardcore map in the world. And he has this really massive 5,000 day project.
We have completed all of our custom biomes. Let's get down and take a look at some of them. The first biome that we have here in our main island is our pink biome. I am a pink slime. We've got an amethyst farm and our main nether portal over here. This biome is decorated with some amazing custom cherry trees, and we have all these amazing paths that fit the vibe. Leading us to the first farm here is our amethyst geode farm. The blue biome. This biome has an aquatic theme. It's got some sea pickles, some sea coral. There's whirlpool fog effects in there. We've got these massive tentacles climbing up, engulfing the entire building. The black biome that we have. This biome is inspired generally by evil. It is black and spotted with fire and smoke.
He's got these cooling towers, a snowman, and a bunch of other stuff that make this biome really cool. But the most interesting thing is there's actually this tunnel underground here where if you go into it, it leads you to this insane building.
This building has a total of 3 floors in it and houses every mob in the game. We even got the warden trapped in here.
This white biome has this massive mountain, but if you go into his nether, these builds just look even more mind-blowing.
Now, next up is a series of farms that are actually in the nether. Like this one here, my Wither Skelly farm.
This looks like the Star Wars Endless Pit, dude.
But this one is Star Wars themed, if you can tell by Vader fighting Luke.
Ah, okay, this makes a lot of sense now. And there's a lot more awesome stuff in this world. So go show this guy some love, he deserves it too. But this next hardcore world has finally passed 20,000 days, which is absolutely mind-blowing, but still not even close to the longest hardcore world. I've also covered this guy losing his hardcore world. 2 times, actually.
Oh my god, I don't have my shit up!
This is from the YouTuber JonBams, who is an OG of hardcore Minecraft and actually inspired a lot of hardcore Minecraft YouTubers you see today. The most insane thing is, this 20,000 day hardcore world nearly ended, and I'll show that in a second. But he's built a bunch of automatic systems and farms. A honey river, which also is an enderman trap. You can see his original slime farm here, and this really creepy snowman with a monocle, with many more awesome things, but I did promise to show you him almost losing this world. He was trying to fix a glitch happening with his chests when this happened.
I think you say on the power cord.
And I just want to point out, of course, there's a text-to-speech troll going on at this moment.
Oh my god, I can't break whatever I'm stuck in right now. Oh my god, I can't eat the apple. I can't break. It opens chests. No, dude. No, dude. No. I don't have an axe, dude. I have 3 hearts and I'm taking away. This isn't gonna fix it, dude. I'm gonna go back in the game now and just immediately start ticking and die. Oh. I think I just broke something. Oh my god, dude. Oh my god, dude. I am shook right now.
This next hardcore world is one of the most impressive. It is over 20,000 days by Gkey. Now, the reason this world is so infamous is because he has survived this far without ever using totems, which of course are extremely handy for hardcore worlds whenever you get into sticky situations to save you from dying. But some players like Gkey think they are too good and want to test themselves and play without them. He has a guardian farm combined with a massive Kraken structure, and a place called Inktown, which serves as a fully functional farm hidden inside. And his nether hub is completely insane.
Yeah, so I did like another fog effect, another fog effect at the bottom, and then some bridges going like each direction. This tunnel is finished, so this is to the gold farm. This one is also done, which also leads to the gold farm. But I'm gonna add like more stuff as it goes. Yeah, for the last like 1,000 days, I've just been building tunnels.
And he has this crazy mob castle with a bunch of different mobs.
Wait, whoa, chill. Oh, he just gives you back shots. So Ravager. Oh, Phantom.
But that brings us to our final 3 longest ongoing hardcore worlds. This one is over 21,000 days by Taneesha, and it looks beautiful. She has a massive Candyland. There's this huge, like, carved out cave system. It looks incredible.
Now, I have never done a fantasy themed build before, so this was a first. This was the first time I was working with like basically color in general. Like if you see a lot of my world, there's not a lot of color. It's all very like neutral.
And her nether transformation also looks incredible. Working on it for over 2 years.
Be the entrance to the ancient city project. So I built like a little warden head here. I made some like kind of ancient city inspired towers, which I think came out really nicely. As for my nether transformation project,
this room looks absolutely insane for being in the nether, but this also gives me a kind of creepy Squid Game kid room type of vibe. Now this also leads to tunnels that go on forever and leads to this cool room.
This is one of my newest projects that I've been working on that actually is going to be quite, I wouldn't say mega build, but definitely a bigger build. But I pretty much mined out this whole trial chamber. We now have my end project, which I did do some work to this recently.
A beautiful end snow globe, which just looks amazing with that dark backdrop behind it.
It's actually mental. Like, what? Look at all the glass.
Now, this is the second longest hardcore world in all of existence. It is over 30,000 days by JamalMC, and this one strikes a chord with me. The main area of this is a huge Japanese mega city, which took over 7 months to build. Every house is fleshed out with full interiors.
So it doesn't really matter the house that you go into. There's always going to be an interior of some kind. I can go to a couple of these houses and just show you. We really did do all of the interiors.
There's a panda garden, a hot spring.
Just nothing but vibes, dude. Absolutely nothing but vibes. You're just sitting here, you're vibing.
And as a massive fan of anime, I think this looks amazing. But of course, that is not all. If you look at this sign, you will see a place that leads to Mines of Molston. This is a hand-dug ravine. No TNT was used, and it is incredible. With houses hanging off the walls, a natural diamond zombie villager.
The rarest mob I've ever gotten in Minecraft. Ever. Right here, we have this not fully enchanted, but partially enchanted, naturally spawned diamond zombie villager with diamond armor. I have no idea how I managed to get this guy.
And if you go over here to a place called Ruins of Feluciana, I just love the vibe of this place.
And then you get a little bit closer and you're like, oh, there's a castle up there. That's pretty cool. Okay. I wonder why this place is abandoned. That looks absolutely beautiful. And then you get a little bit closer and closer, and then you start to realize why this place is in ruins. And you start to see a little bit better, and you see this creature, this Wendigo, this monster.
You see a huge overgrown abandoned city with a giant monster tearing it apart. This is so creative and epic. There's a bunch of lore building with these armor stands, and what's even cooler is there's this hidden sky city which is called the City of Enchantia.
It's absolutely beautiful and stunning. Castle up here looking spectacular. The castle, of course, also has an interior, which is pretty cool. Like I mentioned, all the builds in the world have interiors and stuff. We have a nice little chandelier, nice little throne, and upstairs we have a bunch of cool stuff. I'll show you the bedroom real quick. Going down this hallway here, we have a simple little bedroom, nothing too crazy. And then we have the map of the area as well.
There's also a place called Maud's Marshland.
We have these ravens that are flying through the sky, looking absolutely majestic and beautiful. Have another raven here, kind of just ore farming. Obviously, we have the castle in the middle, which looks really, really sick, as well as all of these swamp houses and stuff like that.
And when you go into his end world, you are met with a purple aesthetic that is just so beautiful.
This build is pretty spectacular. I'm really, 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 really happy with it. We have all these crystals over here looking pretty spectacular.
He's also got this amazing Enderman farm, which gives him a lot of XP.
So check this out. Yeah. Boom. Do that, and it's super, super satisfying.
And he also has a really epic drained ocean monument. And this whole place is actually dedicated to his viewers. If you go under this insanely cool spiky spot, you will see an axolot farm with his viewers' names. And there's way, way more builds in this world. But we gotta move on to the #1 longest hardcore world ever. This is over 50,000 days by Linkzey, and he streams nearly every single day, showcasing himself working on his world. First off, we see a massive coral palace with coral dragons.
I had a ton of fun with this one, being able to balance the color along the way with the coral, the octopus, the rainbow, the coral dragon.
He also has an Easter egg of Cincity, the player from earlier, looking at this coral spot. And when you actually go inside, it only gets more impressive.
And I can show you guys where all the farms are located. The first segment is the aquarium. Over here is Davy Jones's locker. So I have a sunken pirate ship with a giant whale. This is supposed to be the deep ocean.
He also has a place called Alice in Wonderland, which sports a Queen of Hearts castle, Pixel Palace, and he had to do a massive overhaul to this island, adding a bunch of these new details that you see.
This central mushroom, I think, helps take up a lot of that negative space between Pixel Palace right on over here and the Queen of Hearts castle. Looking at the way that this castle now looks opposed to what it used to look like before, I think the major facelift has really done it some wonders.
He's got this really awesome medieval part, which took him 500 hours to build.
With the Temple of Time, the Passage of Time, and the Tree of Knowledge. So we're gonna start things off with this bridge right on over here. I love the way that everything turned out. This is probably one of my best bridges I've yet to make to date.
And when you look inside, it is absolutely breathtaking. He built this haunted light tower inspired by Phasmophobia.
That has the ghost ship in the front.
And this really awesome building right next to it with another amazing interior.
I have a red stone door that activates and opens up so we can look and see exactly where we're going to be heading. This build is extremely textured and was actually driving me kind of mad during the time of building this area.
He has this huge nether perimeter creating a Motham city.
So this entire area, as I stated before, was hand dug every single day for months on end. And it took probably, I think it was 120,000 blackstone in order to do all the walls and the ceiling to create that really cool nighttime effect. This build is obviously nowhere close to being completed.
And there's a bunch of god tier farms here, like the Wither Skeleton. And yeah, this thing just looks so ominous. Oh my god, it's cool. Now, he also built a dragon volcano castle with 3 different dragons.
This is probably one of my favorite castles that I've built just because it's so flippin' unique, being at the very, very top of a volcano. Every 100 years, this egg hatches. And it hatches into a elder dragon that is going to either be really good or really bad.
A drained Elder Guardian monument.
I created a coral reef on the very bottom with a bunch of axolotls. As you guys can see, there is a lot of guardians pouring on in from the top.
And one of the most unique things that we've seen so far is he built a multiverse Mario Kart ride with a bunch of cool Easter eggs along the way.
This is the laboratory. A lot of fun to go down. We got this guy, we've got the dragon who yells at you, and this is where the end portal is located.
Which when you enter, you will see a massive end overhaul.
So one thing you'll notice about my end island is I don't actually have one. I completely removed it with my pickaxe. Down here is where the Skulk Farm is located. You guys are probably wondering what the heck this thing is. I wanted to design spaceships that look like birds to this space station right here, which is harvesting the asteroid for all of its resources.
What a crazy end this is. And somehow the amazing builds just keep on going, which makes sense. This is 50,000 days. Personally, I think Linkzey has some of the most fascinating, like inspirational builds, like the things he gets it from. But let me know which of yours was your favorite world or favorite build. And if you want to see the longest hardcore world that tragically ended, you can watch my video here.